Okay, what if you could turn off fear, just like a light switch? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unpack 3 really powerful psychology hacks that do exactly that. We're moving way beyond that old advice to just be brave and giving you real practical tools to take back control when your mind starts racing.
So let me ask you something. What is it that makes your hands sweat? Come on, think about it for a second. What's that one situation that gets your heart pounding and your mind just racing? Everybody's got one, right?
For so many people, it's public speaking. You know that feeling? Standing up in front of a room, all those eyes on you? Yeah, that is one of the most common fears on the entire planet.
Or hey, maybe for you it's that big high-stakes job interview, the one where it feels like your whole future is riding on every single answer you give.
It could even be something you do every single day, like merging onto a crazy busy highway or trying to navigate through chaotic city traffic. See, the trigger might be totally different for all of us, but that feeling is universal. And here's why. It's because no matter what is causing your fear, the actual biological reaction happening inside your brain is exactly the same. Let's dive into that. Okay, this is the absolute key to understanding all of this. Your brain, well, it's basically running on ancient software. Software designed to keep you safe from, tigers in the jungle. So that modern-day stressor, that presentation, that interview, it triggers the exact same primal life or death alarm. So what is actually going on inside your head when that alarm goes off? Well, it's pretty wild. Your brain essentially starts directing its own personal horror movie. And guess who the star is? You. And let me introduce you to the director of this little horror movie, your amygdala. It's this tiny almond-shaped part of your brain, and it's your ancient alarm system. The second it senses a threat, and it doesn't care if it's a real tiger or just a tough audience, it slams the panic button. And that's what floods your system with adrenaline and kicks off that classic fight, flight, or freeze response. And this quote really captures the critical shift that happens. Your rational mind, it gets shoved into the back seat. You are no longer responding to the actual room you're in. Nope. You're reacting to the terrifying disaster film that's playing out in your head. Psychologists actually have a name for this. It's called catastrophizing. It's that process where you're not just worried, you are actively hallucinating what could go wrong. Think about that. You're literally suffering from a future that hasn't even happened. So the big question is, if our brain is running the wrong movie, how do we change the channel? Well, I'm about to show you. Here are 3 incredibly powerful psychological hacks that top athletes, CEOs, and performers all use to get back in control. All right, hack number 1 is called the cinema method. I want you to try this right now. Just close your eyes for a second and imagine you're sitting in a movie theater. Up on the screen, there's a small black and white movie of you, and you're handling that scary situation perfectly. Okay, now for the cool part. Imagine you float out of your seat all the way up to the projection booth, and now you're watching yourself watching the movie. So what's the point of all this? You're creating distance. By adding all those layers, you stop being in the scary situation and you become an observer of it. This literally detaches the emotion from the thought. You're basically telling your amygdala, hey, calm down. See, it's just a movie. We're fine. Okay, next up, we have a technique called anchoring, or the circle of excellence. I want you to think of a time when you felt completely unstoppable, like you were on top of the world. Got it? Really feel that feeling, make it vivid. Now, right at the absolute peak of that feeling, I want you to squeeze your thumb and forefinger together hard. Do that about 5 times to really lock it in. And just like that, you've created a physical trigger for confidence. Believe it or not, this is just simple Pavlovian association. You are literally wiring a physical button that triggers a confident state of mind on demand. So the next time you feel that fear start to creep in, you just squeeze those fingers. You press your button. You are manually overriding the fear with an instant surge of confidence. And our third and final hack is all about reframing your questions. See, so much of our fear lives in the questions we ask ourselves. Questions like, what if I crash? Or what if they hate me? They're dead ends. They only lead to more fear. But we can flip the script and ask power questions that actually focus on solutions. Here's a great way to think about it. Your brain is a search engine. Seriously, if you give it a bad question like, why am I going to fail? It will dutifully go and find you 100 reasons why. But if you give it a better question, like, how can I show them I'm the perfect fit for this job? It puts all its resources into finding that answer. Better questions get you better answers. It's that simple. Now, when you start putting these techniques together, something really incredible starts to happen. It's no longer just about surviving one scary event. It becomes a fundamental shift in how you operate, how you relate to your own mind.
Think about it. You now have a universal toolkit. You've got the cinema method to create distance from that overwhelming emotion. You have your anchor to instantly turn on confidence. And you have the reframe to point your brain towards success. And that is the real prize here. Because when you master these tools, you don't just become a better public speaker or a more confident driver. No, you become the master of your own mind. You're not just reacting to the world anymore. You are in the driver's seat of your own psychology.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Go back to the beginning. Think about that one thing that makes your palms sweat. Now that you have these tools in your pocket, what fear are you going to master first?